Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 15th of December 2020. I'm using my deck of cards again for today's reading, the Gregory Scott Tarot. I put 95 decks up on the website yesterday and I made them available as signed copies of this deck. And there are 35 available, which is just so amazing to me because these aren't just the regular Gregory Scott Tarot, which you can get on Amazon and Lo Scarabeo. These are signed copies of this deck. So I'm just so humbled and appreciative. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports me on this channel. You guys never cease to amaze me, and I just mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today and what energy you'll be working with on Tuesday the 15th. Let's have a look at what is going on. First card we've got the King of Cups, Justice, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, just on a very literal level, if you've got the King and Queen and they go to the courthouse, Justice, they'll get married. So it's a great day for relationships. It's a good day to see what you've got in common with other people. And also to try and look at things from the other person's point of view, rather than being super harsh and judgmental. It's much more about healing and seeing the best in other people and keeping your heart open. So it's a great day for understanding and compassion and seeing the best in those around you. The King of Cups is a court card, and court cards often represent a particular type of personality. So it can be an energy that's available to you on that day, or it can be an actual person. So you might meet a wonderful couple who are truly in love and who show you what that's all about. Or it can be the King of Cups energy coming in. And the King of Cups is a wonderful card. He's a man who's in charge of the element of water, and that rules love and the intuition, spirituality, compassion, care. And he's the ruler, so he's in charge. He has weathered some storms himself, so he has had ups and downs in his life like everyone, but he's managed to remain loving and positive, and he hasn't taken shortcuts, and he hasn't stepped on other people to get to the top. We've got these children playing in the background, so he is really a wonderful ruler. He makes sure that everyone has personal freedom and that people can decide who they love and how they love, and they are free to decide for themselves. But he still is in charge, so he kind of puts this protective umbrella over other people to protect them from the kind of harsh aspects of life. And he doesn't rule with an iron fist. He rules with love and generosity and understanding and kindness. We've got all this water pouring out here. So he is strong, he is in touch with his feelings, and the two aren't mutually exclusive. So he's really an example that you can feel what you're feeling and you can still be strong and effective. He's also the ruler of music and creativity and healing. So all of those qualities are really going to be accessible today, and it's a great day for reconciliation and giving other people the benefit of the doubt. And also I'm being told that it's a good card that says that it's good to explain how you feel, that your words aren't going to fall on deaf ears, and that can lead to real healing. The Justice card is the cause and effect card in the tarot. It's the karma card. What you put in, you get out. But in this deck, I wanted to put a little bit of a spin on it. So we've got 4 people of the court here, and look at how beautifully the artist has made the faces. Someone commented a while ago that this deck has the most amazing faces, and I really agree. Each person is an individual character, and we've got these 4 people kind of standing there in judgment. He has been poisoned and kind of been put to death. So it's a general consensus that he's guilty and he needs to be punished. So it's a card that says justice isn't always blind. It's subjective. Even if he was guilty, does he really need to be poisoned? Could he have been locked up? So it's The card is about putting in some effort and getting out what it is you want. And here today, if you put in love and care, it's really likely that you will get that out of the situation. But sometimes people are a little bit, they have preconceived ideas or notions, or when they do come to judge, other things go into making that judgment. So he may or may not be guilty, but one of them may have said, you know what, I don't like the fact that he has blonde hair. Guilty. So you can't always expect things to be fair. You can't expect things to go a certain way, even if everything has been researched properly and planned and put into place. Sometimes a spanner is thrown into the works and you get a different result than you planned. So here with the King of Cups, he is really loving and caring, but that doesn't mean that he's a fool and that he's just going to let himself be judged by other people. What he is saying is that if he is in a position where he has to make a decision, he's not going to go down this route of making some sort of personal judgment about something that has nothing to do with him. So you can trust your own guidance. If something needs to be done that affects other people, you can rely on yourself to be fair and upstanding, and that you aren't going to give way to petty resentments and really put your feelings into a situation that has nothing to do with your feelings, and that you can keep that separate, and that you can really think clearly and make good decisions and be of service because of that. And if you see other people acting in a way that's unfair or that's judgmental or that's downright malicious, you'll be able to see that. You don't have to judge them. You can differentiate between the person and the behavior, but you can choose to stay out of that kind of behavior. You can choose to pull that person up on that kind of action and say, hey, actually, what you're doing isn't particularly fair, and I don't agree. Ultimately, this is about pouring your feelings into something that's going to serve you, that's going to have a healing effect on your life and on the life of other people. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got this mermaid coming out of the sea, doing some Reiki healing on this guy on the beach who's been cut and he's wounded. And she's doing that because she can. There's nothing in it for her. She's doing that because she has compassion and she sees someone in pain and she has the power to make that better, so she does. The law of attraction is at work there. So what you give away, you get back. So by being kind, you will get more kindness back. If you decide that you're going to behave in a way that isn't exactly honorable or that you wouldn't like to see on the front page of the newspaper, then don't do it. Because if you do, it's likely to come back to you. And if you judge someone really harshly, it's likely that they're going to judge you back. It is cause and effect. Feelings are heightened, which means your intuition is really strong and will guide you. But it's important to channel that in the right way and to use it effectively rather than to kind of feel or fulfill some personal vendetta. It really isn't the day for personal vendettas. They will come and bite you in the behind, so try and avoid those and instead focus on the positive, and you'll find that quite manageable. So you're the voice of reason today, and you can really rely on your own feelings to tell you what it is you love, what's going to have a good outcome, and you can trust in that cause and effect, law of attraction energy. So make sure that you're putting out good stuff rather than engaging in a bunch of negativity, which will come back to you. Number-wise, we've got 2 chord cards, which count as 1. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 11 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And 4 is security and structure. So the actions that you take today are going to have a bigger impact on the world, on other people around you, on your circumstances, your work. So make sure that you're acting with integrity. Otherwise, that energy is going to last a little bit and you could cause problems for yourself just by engaging in negativity. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com, Again, if you would like to purchase this deck, you can do that on the website, gregoryscott.com. Just click on the shop tab and you can get them there. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.